Here is a 2024 Toyota Tundra Limited in smoke mesquite. For 2022, we received the refresh. This year, we are getting a TRD off-road that can be implemented on this tier, which makes this a sweet spot, so you don't have to spend the extra dough to get the TRD. You'll get that suspension layout with this. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and all trims receive LED headlights in daytime runnings. The 1794 gets premium projected LED headlights, sequential LED turn signals with the fog lights that are implemented in the gloss black that goes into the enlarged grille. It's going to be a more wide stance, but it looks more dominant, and it should because of what's housed underneath the hood. You're getting 56 horsepower more with the V6 I-Force Max twin turbo, 437 horsepower. 583 pound-feet of torque paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So when you're thinking, well, we lost the V8 variant, when you go limited, you get two engine options in which both are more horsepower than the prior gen, achieving 19 mpgs for the city, 22 mpgs for the highway. So we're up about 5 mpgs for both the city and the highway compared to the prior gen. And when you're going limited, 20-inch alloy wheels opposed to the 18-inch steel wheels that come on the SR and the SR5. Go up to the Platinum, you're going to be getting 20-inch wheels. The TRD will get an 18-inch BBS wheel, which is a lighter weight wheel, 1.1-inch lift for the front, and you can have the optional air suspension when you go to the Platinum tier. The big problem that I have on the exterior, though, are the side windows. You can only get acoustic when you go capstone. The limited trim options, two different boxes. This is the 5.5 box, so you have more option capabilities to make this just as good as the Platinum or near the 1794 without paying the higher price tag. Towing for the last gen was at 10,200 pounds. This is maxed at 12,000 pounds. Payload, 1,940 pounds max. Also optioning for an air suspension. We didn't have any of those capabilities, and it's still a full body on frame truck. LED tail lights. When you go 1794, the step is going to be electronic. Anything underneath it, you're going to have to manually move it. Spare tire tucked underneath, and you can use the key fob to go inside the cargo box. This is the 5x5, so you have a 20.9-inch depth, 58.7 inches for the width between the wheel well housing at 48.7 inch, and the length at 65.6 inches. Home plug, LED interior lights. Let's go inside and start up this bad boy so you can hear that exhaust note. Ten-way power seat adjustment for the front. Soft tech seats start on the limited trim. Going into the Platinum, you'll get leather wrapped seats, heated ventilated front seats, memory for the driver. Headroom and leg room. The refresh was back in 2022, which gave us a little bit more room in the interior. Aluminum inlays start off. The 1794 will have a maple walnut wood interior. The Limited starts with the 14-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Put it into reverse, and we get a 360-degree reverse camera full trajectory. You can also change different camera icons or layouts. And one thing that's cool is you can zoom in or zoom out a bit, so you can actually tailor the camera position. When you click this view button, that's the bird's eye view. Click onto this, and you can change the color of your Tundra. Digital rear view mirror, or an auto dimming rear view mirror, a large panel moon roof, dual climate control, wireless charging pad, an area here for some notes, whatever you need, and let me pull out the key fob for the Tundra. Gloss black elements are going to surround everything. Driver mode select, which gets a full digital reader when you get into the limited trim. You get eco, normal, and sport mode. It's going to be more sporty, but a little twist because you got a lot of cargo. So you can open this up so you can kind of throw anything in. You can also open this up with a change holder. You can move this around, USB ports, but you got this little storage compartment there also. The steering wheel is a multi-function setup. It is heated, and the gauge cluster can go through an array of information for the driver, including the turn-by-turn navigation. Heads-up display will start on the 1794. The grab handles start off with the air vents that go into the top tier of the door panel, which can be another armrest. So it has a 2-tier setup, and I'm 6'3", so it kind of helps for me. One touch up and down for all the windows. Gloss black elements with a little storage tray and a large storage pocket with some beverage holders carved out. Before we go inside, different tiers will change the setup where you can actually put storage underneath here, but it's not going to be a flat floor. The grab handle makes it easy because the clearance is high off the ground. Headroom is not bad. It's also carved out for you on the sides, but not so much in the center, with armrests and cup holders, USB, home plug, and a storage tray because we don't have the third climate control, air vents, cup holders, and more storage behind both of the front seats. Power vertical rear window comes into the limited trim. 1794 will get the manual sunshades, and the door is going to have the same materials and the same segments. So 2 armrest tiers and 2 tiers of storage. Going into the center, the floor isn't flat, but you have your own feet space. It will lift your legs up though, so you'll have quite a bit of space here. So I would just say share some feet space. Butt and shoulder space is not going to be compromised, but headroom starts getting a little bit more tight in the center. 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. This is the more powerful variant of the iForce V6 twin-turbo engine. 56 horsepower more than that V8, which I'm going to show you how it is. But as for the drive itself, it's more refined, more comfortable. The seat cushion also feels a little bit more up to date. Listen to that thing. Has a symphony that just roars inside. It's going to take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros is when they did the refresh, they did a good job in the sense of giving more towing, more payload, giving us the optional air suspension, changing out the whole suspension, changing out the engine, giving us better MPGs. When you get to the limited trim, you have options, which make this just as good as the Platinum to near the 1794. You can even option the TRD off-road package, which will make this an off-road variant. As it sits, this is more for on-road performance. Visibility is good, clearance is great. The windows are large, but it doesn't look so over the top on the exterior except for the length and the dimensions of the width. As for the cons, I feel like they just didn't put the full effort though, meaning that the payload and the towing isn't going to be the best in class. And when we're doing a full refresh, you're expecting to see that come out of it, comparing to Ford, Ram, Chevy, GMC. Still a fun variant though. To get in and out of traffic, you can do so pretty easy. Now it is longer, and one thing that they have done nice is implementing the technology. So with the bird's eye view and the 360-degree reverse camera, that's an option for the limited trim, which we have. When you're going about 7 miles per hour, it will turn on. So that way you can see the 360-degree camera all around you. Because let's face it, it's a wider vehicle. And doing a U-turn is going to be over 3 lanes. That's how long this 5x5 box is. So imagine the 6.5. And the big problem to me is you can only option this as a hybrid. Yes, you can get more horsepower and torque depending on the engine variant, but it starts on the limited trim. So not all trims can boast that. Plus, all the increase is still the least in class compared to the rivals. It's a great truck, more comfortable, more refined, more quiet. Just would be nice that they went that extra step, maybe gave us a V8 just as an option so we can compare against the F-150 Coyote V8. And I understand that's not the most in class for towing and payload. It just would be nice to see that in the Tundra. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Gettle Stadium Toyota for giving us this 2024 Toyota Tundra Limited for our car review.